Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Transparent Transition. My name is Katie and I'm so happy that you're joining me today. Another video episode. Yay, it's my second one. This will be audio podcast that you can find everywhere, but also my YouTube channel, which is where the video will be. So I love the fact that I get to dress up and get to show everybody kind of more of who I am, my personality. Today I'm rocking this crazy wig. It's so fluffy and fun, but I kind of like how easy it is to just put it on and it's ready to go. But anyways, I hope y'all are having a good day so far. Today is the 4th of July, 2024. So happy Independence Day. Happy Freedom Day. Isn't it great that we live in a country where we have certain freedoms? Unfortunately, we might not have as many freedoms as we would like or as we hope to. And maybe potentially we might be losing some of those freedoms as well. So that's super scary and nerve-wracking. I don't really want to get into too many details about it, but have you heard of Project 2025? If you haven't, Google it. It's basically a new approach to America. And these people are trying to change a lot. Not just take away some liberties, but revamp so much. There's a few awesome pamphlets online that you can read about what they're actually trying to achieve. And it doesn't even matter who wins the presidential election this year. These people are going to keep pushing until this happens. So take a stand, read it. You might agree with tiny bits of it, but read it all, because I can't imagine anybody actually agreeing with this. Even the most conservative Christians, I can't imagine, would actually want this project to happen. So please look into it. Make yourself informed. Make yourself aware of what's happening. But yeah, I'm super excited to be here today with you. I'll just chat a little bit about what's happening in my life. As you know, this podcast is really just an opportunity for me to share what's happening, share the good and the bad, the painful, the tears, but also the joy and the happiness that I'm finding in life as I'm getting to discover myself. So a lot of you have probably listened to a couple of my episodes at least by now, but for those who haven't, I think I said, my name is Katie, and I'm transitioning from male to female. I'm doing it later in life. I'm 41 years old, and it comes with a lot of life lessons before I got to this point, and a lot of life experience. For instance, being married for 15 years to a beautiful woman who is in love with you as a man, and you build a family and have 3 beautiful daughters, and all the while I have conflict inside my heart of suppressing who I really am and lying about it to my wife and letting her believe that I'm this straight heterosexual male. And I hate that I did that to her, but at the same time I feel like I was just doing what I was told, how I was taught, how I was brought up, and just kind of being a lemon, doing whatever I was told. And I finally came to the conclusion that I need to be authentic to myself, and that's going to be the best thing for my wife, is for me to tell her who I really am, and for her to decide if she wants to stay together or not. And I don't blame her at all for wanting to leave. She's not a lesbian. She's not attracted to women, but I've also cheated on her in the past many times. So she has a hard time trusting me, which makes perfect sense. So I don't judge her at all. I'm super happy that she's getting a chance to have her self-exploratory time, just like I am. She's getting to learn who she is and who she's attracted to, and potentially maybe she'll date someday. She'll find a guy who really likes her for her and who is confident in himself, and I can't wait for that to happen for her. I wish her all the very best, and we're still close friends, and we talk and text still. Not just because we have kids together, but because we're good friends. So I love her and support her 100%. And today I get to see my kids, so I'm excited for that. They don't know about my transition. They have no idea that I believe I'm a woman, and I believe that God created me intentionally, and I believe that God has a plan and a purpose for me as a woman, because that's who He wanted me to be. Otherwise, all the desires of my heart wouldn't be there. I feel like I'm not a mistake, and teaching my children something like that is going to be a little difficult, since they're being brought up, and they always have been brought up in more conservative Christian home. And I know my ex-wife is very conservative. She's Christian, and she doesn't want, I don't know, we both have different understandings of trans people. And I think it's really hard for people to fully understand what it's like to be trans, because it's such a foreign concept to most people. I mean, unless you've actually grown up and just wondered your whole life, like, am I supposed to be the opposite sex? And most people don't think that, at least in my experiences. But that makes it difficult for people to understand and to put themselves into my shoes, and that's okay. So I like to try to explain it a little bit. Maybe that'll help people out there. Maybe you stumbled across this video and you know somebody who's trans, and you're having a hard time understanding why they're trans, why they're transitioning. They look so weird now. They're a totally different person. I don't understand that. That's okay. You don't have to understand it, but you need to support it. You need to show love and encouragement. This person in your life is only trying to be happy. They're trying to express themselves. They're trying to learn who they are. And we've all been grown up and been told so many different things. So it's good that they're in an opportunity, and they're in a time in their life where they're not just going to do what they were told, but they're going to self-discover. They're going to say who they are. They're not just going to let somebody else tell them. So step with them, encourage them, hold their hand. Don't ghost them. Don't hate on them. Don't send them scriptures that say they're going to hell. That is not going to help anybody. And you're probably taking all that stuff out of context anyways. So if you don't know about me, I have a bachelor's degree in ministry. I know a little bit about the Bible. I know how it was translated. I know how words like homosexuality get added to the Bible later. And that a lot of times it's translated through the lens of the person that's translating it. So I don't really want to get into that. But just know that, like, for me, I was brought up in that traditional way, and I was just told and told and told and told how things are, and you don't question it. It is what it is. And I've decided to question, and since that, I've been able to find acceptance in God's eyes. So hopefully that helps somebody out there. Just have an open mind. Like, don't be so closed off to things. You might be surprised that you're not always right. And it's okay. Like, it took me 40 years to discover that, right? But yeah, today, got a couple of things that I want to talk about. Like I said, I'm going to go see my kids, and since they don't know that I'm trans, I'll have to take all this off. Sad. But before I do that, I'm going to work for a little bit. Some of you know about my other job, where I get to dress up like this for that job, so that's fun. Gives me time to practice my makeup and play around with new looks. But I haven't gone out in public like this very often. Like, I've gone to the doctor's office, and that's about it. A couple of years ago, I'd walk around a store or something dressed up, just for the fun of it. But now that this is my personality and who I am, I'm super scared to go out in public. I don't want people to look at me and be like, oh, who's that? Even if they're are attracted to me, I'll be scared to have them look at me and be like, ooh, who's that over there? I like to be in the shadows. I like to hide and be away from people. So I'm kind of scared to go out in public, but I haven't met any of my neighbors really. I live in an apartment complex and there's people everywhere, of course. But I haven't really met anybody in boy mode and definitely not in girl mode. So I think even no matter what mode I'm in, I'm going to introduce myself to people as Katie and just be authentically myself. I might not go out in full glam and female clothing and beautiful wigs, but I can still be myself with them. But eventually I'm gonna go out looking like this. I don't know, this hair is so out there. It's great for what I do for my side job, but I don't know about being out in public with this hair. And my other wigs are so hard to control, like the wind and crop is like getting in my face and I hate it. I can't like just put my hair up and keep it out of my face very easily. So I need to like play around with just my hair. And as my natural hair grows out, I think it'll be easier for me to go out in public and to look more feminine. Right now it's like, I don't know, it's like this long or so. It's kind of like bushy and it's just everywhere. It's definitely not kept well. So I'm just growing out my hair and wearing wigs whenever I can. But yeah, I'm a little self-conscious about wearing the wigs in public, about wind, I'm also self-conscious about the sun. I mean, I live in Houston. It's been 100 degrees for like the past week. It's hot, it's humid. As soon as you walk outside, you start sweating. And of course, I'm worried about things sweating and running, even though you get like waterproof makeup, right? I'm still worried about it. So I haven't gone outside in makeup in the summer and I haven't like experimented around with things. But it's on my to-do list. I'm getting more confident and comfortable in my skin. So maybe I'll go check the mail or something today dressed up. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, those are the things that are happening with me right now. Just taking a look at my notes real quick to see if there's anything I really want to talk about. So yeah, I touched on Project 2025. Basically, it's like an authoritarianism, if you know what that is. It's basically what's going to be happening in our government if this plan goes through. And I'm concerned because one of the key points are the LGBTQ civil rights being removed from people like me. So name change, gender marker change, getting new birth certificates with that appropriate gender. These are things that might become literally impossible by this time next year. It's extremely possible that that happens. So I'm taking advantage of right now and starting the name change process, starting the gender marker change process. I have everything that I need together, so I need to get my act together and fill out the form and submit it. And then everything's in the hands of the courts. And here in Texas, about 90% of them just get accepted without questions asked. So I'm excited and pretty sure that it'll get accepted. And then once I get my new driver's license, I'll get my new social security card and can get a new birth certificate that says that I was born female and it won't ever be able to be revoked because that is who I am. That's my birth certificate. So it's really important for me to get that done before the end of the year, before a potential new president is elected. But yeah, when it comes to presidents, I wasn't planning on talking about this, but it's not Biden versus Trump. It's not Republican versus Democrat. Stop thinking that way and start thinking about America and who you want to lead it, okay? I'm not gonna tell you to vote for somebody. I'm not going to tell you to not vote for somebody, but there are more than 2 candidates that you can vote for, and you may be surprised how much your views align with somebody else's. So just get out there, do a little research. It's not too early to do research, okay? It's July. The election's not till November, but do your research now, okay? And there's talk about like, what if Biden like drops out of the race? What Democrat's gonna take his place? Don't think about that right now. Just think about who is here and who you want to represent you as an American. Who do you think actually cares about the people of America? And vote for that person. Even if you don't think that person's going to win the election, you have a voice. And who you vote for says a lot. So take the time and do your research and literally vote for the one person that you want to see run the country. Not who your friends want, not who your political influences want, but who you want. You're an individual. Just like in religion, don't just do what people tell you to do. Do your research, have an open mind, and think what would be the best choice. Who do I want representing me? So I know who I'm gonna vote for, but I'm open to change. I'm not gonna tell you who I'm gonna vote for, but I want you to do your own research and be confident and happy with the person that you vote for. And whether they win or lose, you'll have that peace that you voted, your voice was heard for the person that you wanted, for the person you thought was best. And then if something crazy happens and the other party wins or the other person wins and life goes downhill and crashes, at least still have that in your heart. It's not my fault. I didn't vote for this person. But yeah, welcome to America. Things are crazy right now. And they just had a presidential debate like a week ago. I didn't watch it. I don't want to say I don't ever watch that stuff, but I just knew what it was going to be, and it was what I knew it was going to be. And I don't want that in my heart. I would prefer to just do my own research and not necessarily listen to what everybody is saying negative about the other person. So yeah. Anyways, if you watched it, no shame. Maybe I'll go back and watch some of the highlights, but anyways, I love you all, and I encourage you to just be yourself. Show love to people, encourage people. Not everybody is like you. Not everybody has your life experiences. Some people have had beautiful, healthy lives. Some people have had some hard lives, crazy lives, things that have happened that you can never imagine. So have grace, have patience, show peace and love and care. That's what life is about. So I love you all. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have an amazing day. So please follow me on Instagram. I would love to start building an audience and having conversations with people. I post once in a while. I need to start posting more, okay, really. But my Instagram name is Katie Girl, and I spell it weird, KAYTEAGURL, Katie Girl. It's kind of just fun, and that's me. So you can find me on Instagram. I'm also on X. I'm also on Facebook. I'm also on a couple of things. Okay. I have a Patreon page, so feel free to check that out as well. I believe it's patreon.com/KatieGirl, but I don't remember exactly. But I'll put the link, I think the link's in my bio for the podcast. But I'll put it in there anyways if it's not. But I love you all, and have an amazing day, and send me your questions and things you want me to talk about, okay? Because doing these podcasts are fun, but I never can come up with topics. So help me come up with something to talk about besides just what's happening in my life, which my life is perfect and beautiful, no issues, right? That is not true. So I want to talk about more things, kind of like how I did with 2025 today. I want to just share my thoughts and opinions with you, and hopefully you're having an amazing day, and know that I love you and I support you and I'm here for you. So bye everybody, have an awesome day.